Ashley. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. 11 years ago, September 11, 2001, it is believed that a group of Muslim individuals attacked the World Trade Center. At this time, I was in Africa playing soccer. I remember that it was yesterday. And we heard on the news that America just got attacked. And that was surprising because we were taught that America is supposed to be one of the powerful countries in the world. And it was surprising. And then when this happened, it is believed that this action was due because of the call of the work of Jihad. It was believed that a group of Muslims attacked this World Trade Center because of Jihad. Jihad is seen, since then, it is seen as a bad word. It's seen as a like a taboo. When you say Jihad, people get scared because now it's like, oh, Jihad, he's calling for a holy war. In fact, Mr. Zach Swamp, he said, for 20 years, Islamic terrorists, Islamic jihadists have been attacking American interests around the world. And we didn't take them seriously until 2001, September 11. So that's, however, I'm here to tell you guys that jihad is not to call Muslims to kill non-Muslims. It's not for us to go and force our ideas on people. Jihad in Arabic means to strive or to struggle for something. That's what jihad means. As a Muslim, every Muslim is required to have at least one minimum knowledge of jihad, what it is. You're required because why? We all deal with jihad every day. Even you must be thinking right now that what does jihad have to do with me? Well, it does have to do with you because jihad means that to struggle for something. Don't we all struggle for something? Don't we all strive for something? We all do. Even if you don't refer to the word as jihad, you still have to struggle in your life. You still have to strive for something. You have to make a decision about something. That's what jihad really is, a struggle within yourself. Today I'm going to talk about three main parts of jihad. Personal jihad, verbal jihad, and physical jihad. Now let me start with personal jihad. Personal jihad means, in Arabic, they refer to jihad, a personal jihad as jihad in-nafs. Jihad in-nafs means that jihad of the soul, of your own self. That's what jihad in-nafs means. This means that you have to struggle to purify your own self against evil influences. We all have evil desires. All of us. No matter you can act like a saint, you have a desire. You have an evil desire in yourself, but you have to battle. If you see, if you watch these cartoons where there's an angel here and there's a devil here, and the devil's trying to whisper to him to do bad, and the angel's like, no, don't do it. That's like, just like you struggling with yourself. That's what jihad is to us. But what is the difference between jihad of a Muslim and jihad of a non-Muslim? You see, the jihad of a Muslim is whatever decision we make, when we strive within ourselves, the decision has to be according to what pleases Allah, that's God. We don't just, if I'm going to do something, I'm going to say, does Allah really want me to do this? Would Allah be pleased with me if I do these actions? So Abu Bakr, he's the first leader of Islam. After the Prophet died, his best friend Abu Bakr, he took the leadership. He said, to fight against the infidels is jihad. To fight against the infidel is jihad. But to fight against your evil self is greater jihad. This is surprising to me. When I first heard this, I'm like, well, the physical jihad should be the hardest because you have to go and actually fight, put your life on the line. But he's saying no. Physical jihad is not the greatest jihad. It is personal jihad. Because imagine, you have to fight against your own desire when you want to do something. For example, sex before marriage. Muslims are not allowed to have sex before marriage. We are supposed to we are supposed to practice abstinence until we get married, and then marriage within sex within the marriage itself. This is hard. This is really hard. I mean, especially in this country, you see hot girls walking around. You wanna go and make a move on them and try to have some little sex, but you can't. You can't do that because the thing is, you know that with this place, Allah has instructed every Muslim to keep away from fornication. Fornication is a very bad thing. But then we keep ourselves under control. Even though I want to do it so bad, at the same time I want to please Allah. But that comes from I have to fight within myself. It's not easy. It's not oh fool, look at him. Oh, he's looking down from women. It's not hard at all. It is not easy at all. It's really hard to fight against yourself. And then Marvin Olasky, he said, many American Muslims are peaceful. Many American Muslims are peaceful and define jihad primarily as the eternal struggle to improve. Eternal struggle. This is all version of jihad I'm talking about. So he said, I don't like the fact that he said American Muslims. Because it's not just American Muslims. I'm not an American Muslim. I'm an African Muslim. And I believe that, and I believe in the same thing, that jihad is primarily to struggle within yourself. So it should really be that every Muslim believes that jihad should be to struggle within yourself. If a Muslim says otherwise, I don't listen to that. If there's a Muslim right now, if a Muslim were to come to me and say, Fumba, guess what? Jihad means to go kill non-Muslim. I will not listen to them because I read the Quran. I follow the Prophet Muhammad, like I told you guys last time, that he's my role model. So now that I told you a little bit about personal jihad, I'm going to tell you guys about verbal jihad. Verbal jihad is the easiest form of jihad. All that means is that you have to talk against something, against oppression. If something is going on that's bad, you have to go and do a petition and talk against that. That's easy. Because you're not really putting your life in danger. You're not fighting against your own self. You're just saying, oh, I think this is wrong. I think racism is wrong. And who is the best example for that? Who is the one that fought against segregation? Who is the one that put his life on the line for the congregation of people? Martin Luther King Jr. He's a good example of this, of someone who practiced verbal jihad. Because he fought against it, he put his life on the line for it, and he stood for what was right. A man came to the Prophet. He said, oh Prophet, which jihad is greater? So the Prophet said that to speak against an oppression, to speak against oppression, to speak against, when you see something wrong, don't be scared and be quiet about it. Talk. In America, one of the Constitution is that freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech. We have that freedom of speech. Same thing. Jihad is the same thing. Verbal jihad is like that, to speak against oppression. Now that I told you a little bit about verbal jihad, let me tell you guys about physical jihad. Physical jihad is the one that's really touchy. This is the one that people have a problem with. People say, oh, go fight in the name of God, but you don't understand the concept. Now, that's why I'm here to tell you guys about it. This relates to physical force, yes, to actually take a sword and go and fight against people. This is what physical jihad is. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say, no, jihad is not about fighting at all, because then I'll be a liar. No, that's not my job. My job today is to relate information. So physical jihad is to fight against oppression. Which kind of oppression? Oppression, even Muslims oppression, even Muslims that oppress people. If there was a Muslim attacking some innocent person, I'm supposed to go and fight against that Muslim. But now today, we got Muslims defining jihad, physical jihad as, no, it's only towards non-Muslim. It's not towards non-Muslim. It's towards anyone that oppresses innocent people, innocent women, innocent children. This is what jihad is. But then, as a Muslim, you have to put that in your mind that it's for the sake of Allah. I'm doing this for the sake of Allah. I don't know you, but at the same time, Allah is a creator. So this is His creation. So I'm supposed to love His creation. I'm supposed to put my life on the line. One of my friends asked me a long time ago, he said, so are you saying that if I wanted to jump someone and I call you for help, you would fight against me? I said, yes, I would fight against you. I told him right in his face, I would fight against you because why are you jumping one person? That's not fair, that's oppression. If you were to do that, seriously, I would turn around and sock you. Yeah, he was surprised. I'm like, then he asked me, why would you do that? I said, because that's what Allah wants. Allah doesn't want me to be an oppressor. I'm not going to support you just because you're my best friend to say, oh yeah, Zach is my best friend. Go ahead and sack someone and I'm going to be behind you. So Abu Bakr also said about physical jihad. He says, the people who abandon jihad, this is physical jihad he's talking about. These people fall victim to humility and degradation. Because physical jihad is still, it's giving strength. So you have to fight for what is right. So if you say, no, I'm not going to fight against this, I'm not going to put my life on the line for innocent people, This just show how you're weak in the eyes of God. Standing for oppression. In conclusion, I have just told you guys about jihad, and jihad means to strive against something or to struggle for something. And jihad has the 3 parts: physical, verbal, personal. In the words of David Cook, I will leave you with this. David Cook, he said, this is a non-Muslim. He said, without the inner jihad, he understood what the whole jihad means. So he said, without the inner jihad, when you struggle, the outer jihad is very impossible. The inner jihad is what counts. Because to fight against yourself, then you can be able to fight against oppression. Thank you.